All right, so I think we are ready to go. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. And thank you for joining Francis, right? Good boy. Just getting situated. Isaac, can you do me one more favor and just look at both and make sure it's in the right position? Thanks.
Yeah, you're good.
You sure? Because it looks like we're cutting off the front a little bit, are we?
No,
Okay,
you're not.
cool.
When you're lining up the cameras, the bottom edge of the image here should be right at the yoga mat because the actual frame is
Will
a
be
little bit
bigger.
than
Okay,
that. So
great. Thank
you're
you.
all set.
Hey, Pops. All righty. Okay. So thank you for being here for All Levels Yoga this morning. Today's class, we're going to work on opening the chest. Now, with just a simple reminder, I'm still dealing with this shoulder issue, although it is getting better every day. So I'll be modifying. I'm not going to lift my arms up overhead. If I do that, I'm going to just mimic it short, like at my elbows, but you all will be lifting your arms up all the way, so long as you don't have shoulder issues as well. So just practicing ahimsa, non-harming, and hoping to get better really fast. So let's see here. I think that's it. Oh, one more thing. On Saturday, I'm going to be teaching live at 9 a.m. instead of 10 because, again, I have a soccer game. And I think we just have 2 more weeks of soccer. So we'll have class at 9 a.m. live, and then I will post it to YouTube, and I'll try to get it up there by 10. And sometimes it's hard. It just depends on the technology that day. But I'll do my best to get that up by 10 and then email it to everyone. So if 9 is a little early for you, you can practice later. And that's for Saturday. All right, ready, Poppy? Yeah. So we will get started. Find a comfortable seat on your mat. Be sure to pull the flesh away from the sit bones so that you're starting with a stable foundation, a nice solid base. Draw that navel in towards the spine and allow the crown of the head to reach tall towards the sky. Bring the shoulder blades together and down the back and place the hands on the thighs, palms up, and close your eyes. Start to become aware of the breath, allowing that breath to flow in through the nose and out through the nose. Start to bring the breath into balance by making the inhale the same length as the exhale. And you can also try focusing on making the volume of air equal on the inhale and exhale. With each inhale, allow that spine to grow tall. And as you exhale, keep the length in the spine, but begin to soften. So we relax the jaw, relax the shoulders, release any tension that you're holding on to. As I mentioned, this morning we'll be focusing on the upper body, chest, shoulders, upper back. In our society, we sit a lot, and sometimes when we sit, whether it's at a computer, behind the wheel of a car, we're sort of hunched over, and our shoulders begin to round. Our head tilts forward, maybe because we're always looking at our phone. And I will admit that some of my issues over here are definitely related to looking at that phone a lot. Some of the neck muscles become weak, and you can end up getting pinched nerves and things like that. So today we're really going to focus on bringing the crown of the head up, shoulder blades together and down the back. And just notice, if you were to see someone walking like this, just what do you think they're feeling? But if you see someone walking like this, it's totally different. So oftentimes if someone is hunched over, shoulders shrugged, head down, they might be sad or defeated. We can bring the shoulder blades together and down the back. Hold our head up high, nice open chest, and feel confidence and pride. So even if you're having a sad day, you can mimic this proud stance, correct posture, and maybe your mood will follow. Bring the hands together at the heart in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. We'll breathe together 3 times, and on the 3rd exhale, share the sound of Om. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale and exhale. And for the 3rd time together, inhale. Bow your head. Place the hands on the thighs. Softly open your eyes, looking forward. Welcome. So today we're going to start in Sukhasana with arm raises. So if you're able, you'll be lifting the arms all the way up and down while I just go like this to mimic it. So as you inhale, arms come up. And then as you exhale, arms come back down. So you're moving with your breath at your own pace here. Now, if you have shoulder issues, it's best to modify arm raises. You can do what I'm doing, or another way to modify is just to open and close the fists with the breath. The next time those arms come by your sides, pause there and place the hands on the knees. Imagine that you have a string going through your belly, maybe about an inch above your belly button. Take a breath in, and then imagine someone's behind you pulling that string. As you exhale, the spine rounds. Then someone comes around from the front and pulls that string. The belly comes forward. So exhale, round that spine. Inhale, belly comes forward. Just warming up the spine here. And then come back to a neutral neck, neutral spine. Place your right hand by your side and you'll reach that left arm all the way up. As you exhale, keeping the sit bones rooted down, you'll begin to tip to the right, walking the fingertips out. You can bend the elbow if needed. Reaching the left fingertips over to the right, feeling the stretch in the side body. Slowly bring yourself back up. Place that left hand by your side. Right arm reaches towards the sky, and as you exhale, begin to tip to the left. Slowly bring yourself back up. Place that right hand behind the right hip. Left hand comes to the top of that right knee. Root down through the sit bones. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, begin to twist to the right. And we're just warming up, so this doesn't have to be a twist to your fullest ability. Root down through those sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, slowly come back to center. Place that left hand behind the left hip. Right hand to the top of the left knee. Press down through those sit bones. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, begin to twist to the left. Root down through your sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, slowly come back to center. On the inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward. When you feel like your back may start rounding, just bring the hands down to the ground. On the inhale, lengthen. On the exhale, perhaps you can hinge a little further. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge. Start to walk the hands back towards the body. You'll switch the cross of the legs, readjust the sit bones. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward. Again, when you feel like that back may start rounding, bring the hands down to the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge. So when I teach a public class with students that are with me, I teach a lot in person where I'm actually not doing the poses, I'm just talking and walking people through it. So I was a little concerned about how I would modify on video. So just remember that I'm not lifting my arms all the way up overhead right now. And start to walk those hands back towards the body. Bring those arms up like goalposts. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and down the back. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to bring the palms and the forearms together. Inhale, open wide, squeeze the shoulder blades together and down the back. Exhale, close. Move with your breath here. The next time the palms come together, pause there. Place the hands on the knees. Close your eyes and just watch the breath flow in through the nose and out through the nose. We'll come to all fours, hands and knees. Remember that those knees are just hip width apart. They're slightly behind your hips. Hands are shoulder width apart, and they are slightly forward of your shoulders. Fingers are spread nice and wide, and you're pressing down actively through the fingers in the perimeter of your palms. The tops of the feet are flat on the mat. Take a breath in here, and as you exhale, shift your hips to your heels, your chest to your thighs, coming to extended child's pose. As you inhale, come back up, all fours. Exhale, back to child's pose. Inhale up, all fours. Continue moving with your breath here. The next time you come up to all fours, pause there. On the inhale, the right arm sweeps out parallel to the mat. If it's okay for you, the left leg sweeps out. I'm just going to move up a little bit so I'm not running into all the plants. So here, we're making ourselves as long as we can, reaching through the heel, reaching through those fingertips. Bring the navel towards the spine. Gaze down at your mat and breathe. Lower the right hand, lower the left knee. Shift back, child's pose. Inhale up, all fours. On the next inhale, that left arm sweeps out parallel to the mat. I'm going to take it a little shorter because of my shoulder. And then you'll extend that right leg out. Now it's perfectly fine to have the hand or the leg down to modify here. So we're making ourselves as long as we can, focusing on the breath. Lower the left hand, lower the right knee. Shift back to child's pose. And bring yourself back up, all fours. So we're going to come back to pretending we have that string going through our belly, an inch or two above the belly button. Someone above you pulls that string as you exhale and the spine rounds towards the sky. Then someone below you pulls that string and the belly draws towards the mat, bottom and the head towards the sky. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, belly draws down. Come back to a neutral spine. Shift back to child's pose. Inhale up, all fours. Exhale back. Inhale up. The next time you come to all fours, pause there. Curl your toes under, and you're just going to lift those knees about 2 inches off of the mat. Focus on your breath here. And lower those knees. uncurl the toes. Shift back to child's pose. And bring yourself back up, all fours. Next, we'll move into downward facing dog. So you can curl your toes under. Start to shift the hips towards the heels. Knees lift just a bit as you press back. Coming to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. We want our hips to point to the back of the room where the wall meets the ceiling. Relax the heels towards the mat. Relax the head and neck here. Focus on the breath. Start to bend the knees. Go back down into child's pose. Inhale up, all fours. Once again, we'll move to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we'll come forward to plank. In plank, you can have those knees up or down. Hug the elbows in, and you're going to slowly lower down. I'm going to just come to lay on my belly because of the shoulder. Sweep the chest through the arms, rising to cobra pose. So here, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Hug the shoulder blades together. Focus on that breath. As you exhale, lower. Curl the toes under, and you'll press back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Start to walk your feet forward, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. Relax the head and neck here. You can turn the head gently from side to side. Bring your hands to your hips, press down through the feet, and we'll come to Tadasana, mountain pose. So we stand with our feet just femur width apart. Shoulder blades together and down the back, opening that chest. So you may feel a bit of a stretch right across the collarbones here. Just depends on how tight you are. Bring the hands behind you, clasping them together. Shoulder blades together and down the back. Take a breath in. As you exhale, begin to hinge forward at the hips, lifting the fist up towards the sky. Press down through those feet. Use the core to unhinge, bringing yourself up to standing. Release the arms. Bring those arms like cactus arms or goalposts. Take a breath in as you exhale. Palms and forearms come together. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, together. Inhale, open. Continue moving on your own here. I'm going to just lower my arms and do the open and closing of my fists while you all do the cactus arms. I think I picked the wrong class to teach today. But it's really okay. The next time the palms come together, you can bring the arms by your sides and stand at the top of the mat. Take a nice big step back with that right foot. Gaze forward. On the inhale, arms come all the way up, And as you exhale, you're going to bend that left knee. So we're coming to Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. Another way to modify this is to put the hands on the hips. So bring the shoulder blades together, down the back, nice open chest. Take a breath in as you exhale, straighten the left leg. Inhale, and as you exhale, hinge forward, folding over the left leg. Come up on the ball of the right foot. From here, we'll step back to downward facing dog. Float forward to plank. Knees can be up or down. You're going to slowly lower down. Sweep the chest through the arms, rising again to cobra pose. Breathe here. Exhale, lower. Curl the toes under. Shift back. Down dog. Step the feet forward, coming to Uttanasana. Forward fold. Again, we relax the head and neck here. You can turn that head gently from side to side. Hands come to the hips, press down through the feet, coming back to Tadasana. This time, we'll take a nice big step back with that left foot. As you inhale, arms sweep all the way up. Exhale, bend that right knee. Breathe here. Shoulder blades together and down the back. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lower your arms. Take another breath in, straighten the right leg. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward over that right leg. Relax the head and neck. Come up on the ball of that left foot. Step back, down dog. From here, we float forward to plank once again. You can have those knees up or down. Slowly lower all the way down. Sweep the chest through the arms, rising to cobra pose. Really hugging the shoulder blades together, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Curl the toes under. Shift back, downward facing dog. Start to walk your feet forward towards those hands, coming to Uttanasana. Forward fold. Relax here. Place the hands on the hips. Press down through the feet, coming up. So we stand in Tadasana, mountain pose. Shift your weight over to that left foot. You're going to lift the right leg, bending the knee, bringing that right leg out to the side, and then lowering the foot to the ground. So we're making a nice circle with the femur in the hip socket. So we shift the weight to the left foot, lift the right leg, knee is bent, and we're making a nice big circle. You can have your hands on the hips here, and just keep going. It's fine to hold on to the wall if you need to. One more time. Come back to Tadasana, hands at the hips. Shift the weight over to the right foot, keeping the knee soft. Lift The left leg knee bends. It opens up out to the left. Bring it back down. So we're making nice big circles with that left femur in the hip socket. And you can lower that left foot. So we stand in Tadasana, bringing the hands together at the heart. Shift the weight over to that left foot once again, keeping the knees soft. The right foot becomes light. You can press that foot against the ankle, the calf, or the upper inner thigh. Just skip the knee. So here, we push the foot into the leg, push the leg into the foot. Nice tall spine. Find your drishti, your gazing point. Allow the gaze to become soft. If you feel stable here, arms reach all the way up, and then you can let your tree branches grow. Bring the hands back together up overhead, and then bring the hands together at the heart. You can lower your right foot, shake the legs out a little bit. Come back to Tadasana, hands at the heart. Shift the weight over to the right foot. Keep that knee nice and soft. The left foot becomes light. You can press that foot against your ankle, against your calf, or the upper inner thigh. Skip the knee. So again, we push the foot into the leg, push the leg into the foot. Find your drishti, soften your gaze. Watch the breath flow in through the nose and out through the nose. As you inhale, arms sweep all the way up, and then you can let those tree branches grow. Bring the hands back together, down in front of your heart. Lower that left foot, shake out the legs, come back to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms sweep all the way up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward. Fingertips come down to the ground. Relax the head and neck here. Step back to downward facing dog. Float forward to plank, knees up or down. Slowly lower down to your mat. Sweep the chest through the arms, rising to cobra once again. Shoulders relax away from the ears. Shoulder blades together and down the back. Draw that navel to the spine, curl the toes under, shift back, down dog. Sweep the right leg out behind you and bend the right knee. Start to make some nice big circles. Again, that femur bone in the hip socket. Let that right leg become still. Lower it back to the mat. Sweep the left leg out behind you. Bend the knee. Nice big circles. Lower that left foot. From here, we'll sweep the right leg out behind. Bend the knee. You're going to shift forward as you bring your right knee to your right wrist, right ankle towards the left wrist. Lower the left knee, uncurl the toes. So we're going to walk our hands in line with the hips to open the chest here. Shoulder blades together and down the back. Take a breath in. As you exhale, you can begin to walk the hands forward, eventually coming down to your forearms and then crossing the forearms in front of you, resting that forehead. Focus on the breath here. Bring yourself back up onto your forearms and then place the hands beneath those shoulders. Curl the toes under on the left foot and let that knee float up. We'll press back to a three-legged dog, sending the right foot up towards the sky. Lower the right foot, coming back to downward facing dog. Sweep that left leg out behind you. Bend the knee. Shift forward as you take that left knee towards the left wrist, left ankle towards the right wrist. Lower the right knee, uncurl the toes. Walk the hands back in line with those hips. Nice, broad chest. Breathe here. As you exhale, start to walk the hands forward. Cross the forearms in front of you, rest that forehead. Come back up onto your forearms. Place the hands right beneath the shoulders. Curl the toes under on the right foot, lift the knee, and we'll press back to a three-legged dog, sending that left foot towards the sky and then lowering it to the ground. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, begin to bend those knees. Go back down into child's pose and rest. So here we can come back to the breath, back to the present moment. And now come to lay down on your belly. So you can just lay on the belly, cross the forearms in front of you, rest your forehead. I know it seems like I'm really not in a lot of pain because I'm modifying and I keep messing with my neck, but I had about, a year of doing really well. So I'm confident that I'm going to get back to that soon. Bend your knees and just let the legs sway gently from side to side. Let the legs become still. Lower them down to the mat. We're going to bring the arms out like goalpost arms once again with the palms facing the floor. On the inhale, the head, chest, and arms simultaneously lift up off of the mat. shoulder blades together and down the back, and then as you exhale, lower. Inhale, head, chest, arms lift. Exhale, lower. 3 more on your own here. When you finish, just come on down, cross the forearms in front of you, rest the forehead. Roll over onto your back. Once you get there, you can hug those knees into the chest and bring your arms by your sides. Palms face the floor. Draw the pelvic floor up and the navel in. Engage both glutes. Lift the hips. On the exhale, lower those hips. So you're going to move with the breath. Inhale. Hips lift. Exhale, hips lower. The next time you lower, pause there. So we're going to lift again. This time we'll hold the pose. So bring that pelvic floor up, navel in, engage both glutes, press down through the feet, lifting the hips. Start to wiggle those shoulders together beneath you, and then clasp your hands together. Press the hands and the fists into the mat, keeping the hips lifted. Start to unwiggle those shoulders, release the hands, slowly lower those hips back down to the mat and hug those knees into the chest. Keep the knees hugged in, bringing the arms out like a T, palms face the sky. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, you'll twist to the right. So you're tipping the legs over to the right. Right leg comes to the ground. Left leg rests on top of it. We want that left shoulder to be rooted down to the earth. If it's not, if it's sort of like dangling, just bend your elbow and place the hand on the rib cage. Start to draw those knees back up. Arms still out like a T. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, you'll twist to the left. So you're tipping the legs over to the left. Right shoulder rooted to the earth. If it's sort of dangling in space, you'll just bend the elbow and place the hand on the rib cage. Start to draw the knees back up. Keep the arms out like a T. Press the soles of the feet up towards the sky and rotate the ankles. Let the ankles become still, and we're going to practice some leg lifts to work on a little bit of core strength. It's so important. So we've got two options. You can lower that right leg until it's about 2 inches away from the ground. Lift it back up. Lower the left leg until it's about 2 inches away from the ground. Lift it back up. Or, more challenging, lower both legs until they're about 2 inches away from the ground. Bring them back up. So you can choose either way. If you're doing both legs, see if you can do 10. If you're doing alternates, 5 on each leg. When you finish, just hug those knees into the chest. Here you want to keep that low back rooted to the earth. It will help you engage the correct muscles. These core exercises really can help protect your low back. But while you're building up the strength, that low back is a little bit vulnerable. So if you feel pain in the low back, you want to just stop and take a break. When you finish, just hug the knees into the chest. If you're not finished yet, please take your time. Become still, placing the soles of the feet on the mat. Bring your arms by your side once more. Press down through those feet. Lift the hips. And then lower those hips. You can let the knees sway from side to side. And then take the feet as wide as your mat, and you're just going to let the knees fall in on one another. Link your 2 index fingers, and then you're going to bring those arms up overhead, making a circle around the head. We're going to begin to transition into Shavasana, so please grab anything that you might need to be comfortable for the next 5 minutes. And then once you have what you need, you'll just come to lay on your back with those legs extended out nice and long. I wanted to show you a modification for Shavasana in case you do have low back issues. This can be very comfortable. So if you have a chair, what you can do is lay on your back and just place the calves up on the chair. So that can be really comfortable for people who have low back issues, or for anybody. So I'm going to take a traditional Shavasana today, but I just wanted to show that to you. So come to lay on your back, legs extended out, nice and long, arms by your sides. Palms face the sky. The arms are a few inches away from the body. Let the feet just flop open. Relax your jaw by creating a space between the top and bottom rows of teeth. And let the tongue just fall away from the roof of the mouth. Let your eyes rest in their sockets. Resist the urge to make subtle movements. Allow the natural breath to take over. Rest in Shavasana. Slowly start to deepen the breath, becoming aware of the space around you, becoming aware of the body. You can start to make any subtle movements that feel good, like wiggling the fingers and wiggling the toes. Rotate through the wrists and the ankles and turn that head gently from side to side. Stretch through the arms and the legs like you're just waking up, and then roll to the right side in the fetal position. And we'll stay there for a few breaths. Keeping your eyes closed if you'd like. Use those arms to bring yourself back up to a comfortable seated position facing my way. And once you get there, you can bring the hands together at the heart. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I hope that it was easy enough to follow along with as many modifications as I was making. But I'm modifying pretty heavily, so it might look like I'm in more pain than I am. I'm just ready to get this healed. So remember, as you go through your week, if you're feeling down, notice your posture and see if you can hold your head up high, bring the shoulder blades together and down the back, and mimic that proud, confident stance. And see if that might help to also lift your mood. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering. May you have ease and well-being. Namaste. Thank you all so much for being here today. I look forward to seeing you again on Saturday morning. I'll be teaching live at 9 a.m. as opposed to our normal class time of 10, and then I'll get that video up as soon as possible and send it to anybody who'd prefer our regular class time. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy.